live. My name is Sandwich, on board with Mundayne here in the Madden 26 semifinals here in the ECAC. Top 4, a ticket to either the grand finals or the consolation third place match on the line in Columbia College in South Carolina. Coast University's very own Mundayne here. A best of 3 in the semifinals. Mundayne going to be the one starting with the football there. A 1-yard gain on 1st and 10 following kickoff return that had them started at their own 23. Both players getting into the match a little bit ahead of that 8 p.m. start time. Both players potentially facing their next round later tonight. A best of 5 to wrap up the Madden 26 ECAC playoffs here tonight. Later at 10 p.m. Both sides are able to reschedule. Of course, Mundayne going to have to get through his matchup here in Columbia College down in South Carolina. Columbia College Esports Koalas up against your Post University Eagles here. Mundayne doing an excellent job matriculating upfield. Nice gash through the air. About a 25-yard gain that time on the pass. They're going to do some damage on the ground game. A tackle, diving tackle, not going to be enough to bring down Mundayne. Help to arrive at the 24 to bring down Irving. It's been a big part of Mundayne operating this Tampa Bay Buccaneers squad here in the postseason. Mundayne operating the Baltimore Ravens as his secondary tonight here in this short best of 3 series. Columbia College going to be operating, of course, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Green Bay Packers, and the Kansas City Chiefs as their secondary. If they come away with any wins or losses, they do have the option to swap regardless. Of course, they will have to swap if they win, but if they lose, either squad will have dealer's choice to move on to their secondary a little early or remain on the line with their primary. Mundayne feeling pretty good so far with this Tampa Bay Buccaneers squad. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Going to get sent back. Commentator's curse as this Columbia College defense gets their first win on this drive. A sack on the quarterback to bring the offense back to the 15-yard line. Has liked this formation throughout the postseason. The ability to operate out of the full extent of this kind of formation. Look anywhere on the field for openings. This time it's Evans. The tall target at wide receiver for this Tampa Bay Buccaneers squad has Mundayne on the board first here about midway through the first quarter. And having time to survey the field. That's time you do not want to afford. Mundayne under center if you're Columbia College. The Koalas now take the field for their first drive. And again, regardless of what occurs here in this matchup, we may have more Madden 26 in the last round of the postseason. Of course, Mundayne looking good on the offensive side of the football so far. This is a long series. Not quite the marathon best of 5s we'll see in our next round. Of course, early on in this one, still a lot of Madden 26 remaining to be played. Want to see Mundayne start on the right foot on the defensive side of the football. Nearly had a pick 6. He can't believe it. How could you? Nearly the perfect start you could ask for on the defensive side of the football. Columbia College breathing a sigh of relief as they dodge a bullet here in the first quarter. Could have been a pick 6. Instead, it'll just be 2nd and 10 for Mundayne on defense. Possession catch through the air. It's a first down up at the 39. Mundayne got to take it on the chin. Take that swing on the chin there. That first completion going to buy some space for this offense. No longer operating just outside the shadow of their own end zone. Now at the 39. And a sack on the quarterback. Going to pin the offense just a bit further. It's a loss of 12 on the sack. So the defense for Mundayne certainly getting its licks in. Again, a deflection earlier, and now a sack on the quarterback. Not quite pinning them back to where they were before that. First down conversion on this drive, but certainly going to be a long completion needed. The check down underneath to Golden. Going to get the offense out to the 45 now. 3rd and 4. On the check down to that slot receiver.
Ready, set. 6, mega. Let's go.
Nice play from Columbia College there to extend that last down of football to get every single yard possible here. Looking to do damage through the air. Hit as he makes the catch. It's incomplete. 4 down territory now for Columbia College. They're going to keep the offense out on the field. Columbia College already feeling the heat. Of course, neither squad, no players have really been strangers to 4 down offenses, even early in the first quarter here in the postseason. Everybody understanding just how quick a game can turn on its head here. Want to keep the offense out. That's Mundayne's music. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Mundayne happily going to take the interception. An arm punt out of Columbia College. As the interception going to get Mundayne started at the 38 here. Probably wouldn't have been pinned that much further if they had gone for the punt. Just the Mundayne POV had that cropped there just a little bit. Folks can see the 7-0 lead in plain clear view now. Of course, can also see Mundayne only a gain of 1 on that first play from scrimmage. Dropping back to pass, running out of time to throw. It's incomplete. Mundayne staring down a potential 3 and out now on this second drive for the offense. One in the backfield. Irving could be a potential target. It's been pretty silent so far on this drive. Irving is going to be the target. Shoved down just short of the marker. Mundayne, like what he saw, we're going to operate in the hurry up. Limit the ability of this this Green Bay defense to have any audibles pre-snap. Mundayne maestroing under center. This offense, adjustments here, trying to just get 2 yards to keep this offense out on the field. Just need 2 plays here. Throws a laser right as the window was shut into the arms of the receiver there. Just the 2 yards the offense needed to remain out here on the field. Dangerous ball there. Looked like triple coverage for just a moment. Mundayne placing it just where only his man can get it. RPO to Godwin Jr. Been an underrated release valve for Mundayne here. Feel like the totem pole is really Evans up top, especially for those shots downfield. Irving's been such a tremendous release valve. Feel like Godwin Jr. has been operating for Mundayne in that in-between game. We go to the end of the first quarter here. Mundayne continuing to matriculate upfield. Might have some pause shield shenanigans as we go into the no leaks screen. Not sure if Mundayne's going to opt for any adjustments of his own under the pause shield. And that is certainly an error here. Mundayne's matchup conceded the game. We didn't quite catch that. I have no idea if he lagged out or what have you, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to return to the starting soon screen. We'll be back with game 2, whatever happened. When we return, don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, we are back. Had a small rules dispute. Seems Columbia College improperly called out that the game did not have all the proper rule sets on. They were under the impression accelerated clock was on, which is not one of the standard rule sets you're supposed to have enabled. However, the game was properly set up with the pregame settings, you know, all the right difficulties and sliders and whatnot. And of course they did forfeit after this match became a game of record, as the entire first quarter was played out and a touchdown was scored. So it was deemed essentially a forfeit loss there in game one. So Mundayne emerging with a victory out of game one. We'll adjust the scoreboard and of course enter the no leaks zone here. Mundayne going to move on to his Baltimore Ravens, maybe a bit ahead of schedule, following the game one for essentially forfeit loss by Columbia College. Of course, no time for any remake shenanigans with a potential best of 5 going down later tonight. We did see how dangerous Mundayne was last week with this Baltimore Ravens squad. If I recall correctly, he forfeited and he created an early forfeit because he was just burning the house down, blowing the house down on his opponent in the quarterfinals. Mundayne maybe looking to create more of that chaos here. A win on first, hands on the quarterback on second. Now 3rd and 6 for this Kansas City Chiefs offense. Columbia College continuing to sputter on this side of the football. Really haven't had any chance to get any sort of momentum here in this series. May have a completion on the right side to Worthy. A foot race down the right sideline. Hamilton not going to have the foot speed to keep up with Worthy on that right side of the field. Columbia College going to strike first here in game 2. All the way, I believe they were at their own 30. Going to look to put 2 extra points on the board. The offense, the quarterback, going to stay out on the field here following the touchdown. Rolling to his right, trying to find somebody open. Nobody's there. 2-point conversion comes up empty. Just a 6-point lead for the Columbia College Koalas. Turn for Mundayne, gonna get him up to the 27. This Ravens dual threat offense take the field. Of course, a problem under center in Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry, no scoff. Nothing to scoff at, excuse me, at the running back position as well. For this Ravens team, just a gain of 6 there on first. Audible under center here for Post University. They're going to change the alignment of these receivers here on 2nd down. Trying to find a lane to run through. None was there. Gain of 0 that time on 2nd. Pre-snap motions for Mundayne here. Need 4 to avoid a 4th down situation. They're not going to find it. Just a 1-yard gain that time. On 3rd, Mundayne did like what he saw. It'll be a 4-down offense here for Post University. Back to a pass. No time to deliver the throw, and it's a turnover on downs. Had the open receiver. Fortunately, somebody uncovered at the line. Hands on the quarterback now. And Columbia College in tremendous starting field position here, as Mahomes and this Kansas City offense return to the field. It's a moon ball to the right sideline. Nobody even close to Worthy. A big target for Columbia College early on. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns for Worthy. PAT kick is up and good. So 13-0 deficit now for Post University Mundayne. Maybe a little bit off rhythm following this delay on the rules dispute here. Of course, being shoved off that primary Tampa Bay Buccaneer squad maybe a little bit earlier than he'd like. The offense going to take the field at the 35. Following that one-play touchdown drive at Columbia College. Dropping back on first down. Once again, no time to pass. Didn't see anybody open on that 3-step drop back, and that was all the time Mundayne had to deliver the throw. Pocket continues to be a question early on here in game 2 of this series. Receivers spread out on the left side of the field. Thrown a little flat, and it's intercepted. First tackle's no good. Eventually brought down by the wide receiver unit. And then had an open man. Maybe the delivery wasn't quite perfect. We're not going to see it on the replay there, but the ball a little bit flat. So the zone defender able to make a play on it underneath. Ball forced out of bounds. Nobody really open that time on first. Mundayne's defense going to be tested to try to keep this within a 2-score game, as Columbia College have come out shooting here in game 2. Check down to Pacheco out of the backfield. The first down up to the 24 now for Columbia College.
A gain of 15 yards. That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Columbia College now deep in enemy territory, following the interception and the first down on that first play from scrimmage. A gain of 5 that time for the Koalas. And then still looking for that defensive impact he had in game 1. Columbia College doing an excellent job of diagnosing this defense early on here in game 2. Another first down gets them up to the 13. One in the backfield now for the Koalas. Back to pass once more. It's Worthy. 3 catches, 3 touchdowns. Xavier Worthy. It's going his way. Might be going all the way into the end zone. Now a 20-0 lead here in game 2 for Columbia College. Still a lot of Madden 26 to be played here. Only in the first quarter, but Mundayne surely already having his work cut out for him. Offense going to get started at the 35. Kickoff is outside the target zone. Mundayne wonder if there's any thoughts in his head about potentially shrinking the playbook. Again, there is a lot of time left, but we've seen folks deflate entire quarters from the game on possessions if they'd like to. We'll see how Mundayne responds here on 1st and 10. Not looking to go boom or bust downfield. That time over the middle is good for the first. And even keeled so far. Haven't seen any signs of him looking to shrink the playbook or get off of his regular gamut of formations here on this drive. Delay handoff on first down for a 5-yard gain there.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Chiefs' 47-yard line.
Henry in the backfield for Mundayne here. Receiver moving pre-snap, and it's Henry out of the backfield with the reception up to the 25. 22-yard catch for the running back in the backfield there for Post University. Has Mundayne in enemy territory now at the 25. Coming back to pass once more. Rudefino is the running back again, I believe. That time Mitchell out of the backfield. Mundayne continuing to spot the running back just on these go routes, not using it as a check down release valve sort of option. This time the pass to the outside to Flowers, gonna get Post University on the board. Signs of life here for the Post University Eagles offense early on in this one. It's now just a 13-point deficit, not quite a 2-score game. Mundayne takes the 7, the regular 7, touchdown plus PATs. Of course, we may see, wasn't expecting to see an early dive on the kickoff return down at the 16 for Columbia College, but we may see some interesting scoring decisions. They may opt to go back to the 2-point PAT if they score another touchdown, get back to a nice even 28 points. Potentially leave the door open. Madden to just take the lead on touchdowns. Nice rollout to his right. Another bomb deep downfield. Worthy continues to be unguardable. Untouched into the end zone for the touchdown. Mundayne understands it. If Worthy has the football in his hands, odds are it's going all the way. It's his 4th touchdown in the quarter. Hasn't been the only man with a reception. The offense has not been that unilateral in its approach, but every time they've found Worthy, it's paid off tremendously for Columbia College. And they're now going to receive the ball. They're going to get some magic on special teams. Only be out to the 24 now for Post University. Columbia College facing no issues responding in bunches. Passing yard differential just absurd here for just the first quarter of play. Dangerous ball underneath. Columbia College able to ball hawk it, as this lead may continue to grow. And again, it's only the first quarter. And Mundayne gonna call it early. Get us moving on to game 3 in under an hour. This is, ladies and gentlemen, we are speed running through these first 2 matches. Do not go away. We're gonna move on to this pivotal game 3. They're gonna have to lock in, maybe to concede the early forfeit, just not have to deal with that Kansas City Chiefs offense anymore when we return. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go away. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Mundayne very obviously is not there in the empty chair. But both squads going to be operating in familiar territory. Mundayne probably didn't get as many reps with this Baltimore Ravens offense as he would have liked in game 2. Same could be said for Columbia College, operating with the throwback Green Bay Packers jerseys, with the brown helmets to mimic the original leather helmets the Packers would use there as one of the first franchises in the NFL. Mundayne operating with more standard. I believe they're operating with their home jersey here on this neutral site game. They're not quite worried about winning the dress-up contest here. Just needs to win one more game of Madden 26 to book his ticket. Far from in a conventional manner. Gonna get the catch going right underneath the teeth of the defense. Yards after the catch for the first. Gonna get into the no leaks stream here. Mundayne certainly going to be bringing out all of the stops on both sides of the ball, adjustment-wise. Of course, don't want to leave anything on the table here with a ticket to grand finals on the line. Tremendous difference between being in the round of the playoffs where even if you lose, you bring hardware home. This is being in that third place game where another loss can send you out of the postseason with your head held high that you had a nice but not amazing semester of competition. Of course, no hardware going to fourth place here in the ECAC. On the other side of the adjustments screen now, it's Mundayne's offense going to retake the field following that first down on that initial play from scrimmage. Adjustments pre-snap. The defense going to respond in kind there. You do see the secondary widening out across the field in response. The handoff to Henry. It's thrown back. It's a loss of 2. Henry was such an explosive weapon for Mundayne in this Ravens offense last week. Have yet to create much explosive offense with him here in this peculiar series. So far, I've yet to even play a full game of Madden 26 between the early concessions on both sides in the first 2 games. But both sides going to be deceptively out of rhythm here in Game 3. Of course, our Game 3s, our match point games, are usually a little bit more low scoring than normal. Of course, both sides being out of rhythm, going to be another wrench to throw into their plans. Mundayne here looks like flipping the formation on 3rd and short. Gonna find somebody open. It's Henry. Continue to be a weapon through the air. Out of the backfield. Have yet to have any large gains on the ground, but Mundayne doing well to involve his star running back. Again, adjustments pre-snap, trying to spot if it's man or zone defense here, potentially before the snap. Handoff to Henry once more, comes up empty. 2 yards, negative 2 yards total. 2 rushes for negative 2 yards for Henry so far in this one. And has been a tremendous receiving target in the limited action we've seen with Mundayne on this Ravens squad. He continues to march downfield. 2nd and 10 now for Post University. Hit as he makes the throw. Mundayne might be counting his lucky stars. You saw him shaking his head. Looked like a defender waiting for him in the zone there. If he was able to deliver the throw that time. Mundayne instead going to survive that potential interception and move on to 3rd and 10 now. Of course, I do say potential. Mundayne does have the capability bringing that receiver underneath the defense, but those are tough catches to make on a consistent basis. Of course, Mundayne has made one of those already on this drive. I need more of that magic. Instead, it's picked off. Zone defenders lying in wait. Mundayne can't believe it. It's intercepted. Looked like he didn't have too much time to deliver the throw beyond that. Middle linebackers lying in wait on the 3-step drop to Hopkins there. Defense now for Mundayne is going to need to hold strong. Defense that struggled mightily, absurdly in game 2 to guard one player. Wonder if we'll face the same issues here in game 3. Timeout called by Columbia College. Not too sure why. It looked like they had plenty of time on the pre-snap play clock.
On the set, 22 needle.
Regardless, they'll be moving through the rest of the first half here with only 2 timeouts to their name.
Blue strike, 60 red. Smash, red. Set.
And Reed open on the left side of the field. Looks like the same play continues to do damage to Mundayne. He's uncovered on the left side for the touchdown. Looked like a similar route concept for Reed on the left sideline. Would not be surprised if we see Columbia College, if they're operating with that same playbook and it's just different personnel executing it. The ball is picked off. I don't think Hummel's going to have the speed to make it all the way to the end zone with Reed hiding behind him. The ball is lateraled. The ball is lateraled again. Possession going the way of Columbia College. Mundayne going to have to settle for a stop there. We were not going to see the ultra rare 2-point PAT pick 6 given up that time. And they're going to bounce it to the outside up to the 29 there for Mundayne and his Baltimore Ravens offense. Going to shake off the rust following that interception on the first drive for Post University. Star running back Henry in the backfield for Mundayne. No time to deliver the throw. Going to take the sack now. It's a loss of 10. That time for Post University. Mundayne just needs to get any sort of momentum here. It's a 1-score game. But with how the game has been going mentally, I'm sure the lead feels much larger for Columbia College. Just hasn't been able to find any sort of consistency on either side of the football here in these limited reps in what's been a very peculiar semifinals. Find somebody open. It's Bateman underneath the defense. Still going to be 3rd and long. 9 yards between Post University and the marker. Mundayne might already be feeling the pressure to operate a 4-down offense. Certainly want to keep that potential turnover on downs boogeyman away here with a 3rd down conversion here at the 30. And continuing with the adjustments here, the motion pre-snap. A signal the start of the play. Henry, the big man on the Texas route, brought down. But they just can't get anything to go right now. It is indeed 4-down territory after the gain of 4 on that play from scrimmage. And they just looking for any sort of breathing room here in the first quarter. Wealth of hot routes pre-snap. Trying to scheme somebody open. No time to deliver the throw, and it's a turnover on downs. Mundayne just cannot believe it. Try to extend a little extra bit of wiggle room for your offense. Or unfortunately, bit of a robbing Peter to pay Paul scenario here. The defense going to have a much shorter rope now. Columbia College going to get started out at the 34 now. Ball down to Watson. Looks like a similar coverage on that right side of the field. Mundayne doesn't give up a touchdown that time. Zone defenders waiting over the top. That route concept going to be a bit harder to execute here in the shortened field as well. Columbia College going to that ground game on 1st down. It's a gain of 0.
No gain on the play.
Slide
Brings
through.
up second and 10.
Here we go.
At the
Here we go.
Ravens'
You
16-yard
get 45.
line.
White. Hey, red.
Mundayne operating, looks like from that linebacker spot.
Ready?
I'm going to try to cover these routes. A scramble for Love. Bouncing it to the outside. 3rd and 4 now for Columbia College.
Third and 4.
Black shot. Clock. Needle blue.
It's like a man look on 3rd and short for Post University. Just trying to buy enough time to get hands on the quarterback here in the red zone. Bouncing it to the outside for Jacobs. Has a step on his man and brings it in for the touchdown. 1 point PAT gonna be the call for Columbia College. Mundayne facing a test here in the semifinals, already staring down a multi-score deficit.
Ravens nothing.
Mentioned it before, a lot of Madden 26 still to be played here. Mundayne starting off on shaky footing in here in game 3. I believe that ball was just inside the target zone. It is. It's going to get Mundayne started at the 20 rather than the 35. Mundayne now. King Henry still in the backfield for this Baltimore Ravens offense. Come back to pass. Bateman on that double move. It's an 8-yard gain.
Complete to Rashad Bateman. It's a gain of 8.
Does appear this Columbia College defense doing an excellent job of keeping everything in front of them. Mundayne have yet to find a window to beat this defense over the top. And at the end of the first quarter, it is a 13-0 lead. Mundayne showing some signs of life on offense here on this second drive from scrimmage. Excuse me, third drive from scrimmage. Flip of the formation this time for Post University. Texas route could be the call for Henry. Mundayne's gone to it once before already in this game. He's trying to buy enough time. This time to Bateman. To the outside and out of bounds. Inches short of the first.
7, Rashad Bateman.
Up at the 43, but the playbook going to be just about as wide open as you can get here on 2nd and inches. And then multiple go routes. Henry in the backfield. Have another go route to Bateman on the left side of the field as well. Trying to find somebody open, running downfield. Hands on the quarterback. Still 3rd and inches now. And they no time to deliver the throw over the top. Although we did see the secondary in a deep drop coverage. This defense for Columbia College continues to prioritize. They're not looking to get beat over the top at any cost. Don't want to give up a one-play touchdown to let Mundayne get back in this game quickly. Want to make it difficult for Mundayne to come away with chunk plays. Forcing Mundayne to beat them with some yards after the catch instead. Although just as I say that, Mundayne able to attack the gap in the zones over the top, over the middle for the touchdown. Points on the board and a sigh of relief for Post University. Like the gap in the zones, those safeties dropped back a little too wide. Mundayne able to burn them over the middle. So Mundayne finally able to break over the top of this stingy Columbia College defense. Time for Mundayne to make some chaos on the defensive side of the football here.
Red, cycle. Drill, ready.
1st and 10, a wealth of time to pass. Doesn't look like anybody's open. Mundayne forced to pick his poison. 2 receivers on that right side of the field. That middle linebacker is going to do a solid but never an amazing job, especially on multiple defenders. They're going to do good in the box, but as these routes get further outside the numbers, it's harder for middle linebackers to really make a play. They're not going to have the speed to really bother those routes. So the more time Columbia College are able to buy for their quarterback, to let these receivers do that work out in the secondary, past the middle linebackers, the better it'll be for them. Excuse me. That time on first, just a 3-yard gain on the scramble. And back to pass once more. And we have foot race. The tight end able to turn the corner. Get up to first and goal from the 4-yard line. Big fella never going to have the speed advantage to go all the way. Of course, has the leverage and the size to create angles. That time get up to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 1 that time on first and goal. Even if Mundayne can force a field goal, just getting any sort of win on the defensive side of the football is going to be a positive. And back to pass once more as Columbia College. The tight end gets clobbered, but he's able to come away with it. Just a 3-yard gain that time for Columbia College. The Koalas now still just as close as ever to the end zone here at the 2-yard line. Continues to drop back to pass. Mundayne can't believe it. Thought he had enough to force him out of bounds. The receiver is able to come away with the touchdown. 20-7 going to be your score here with about 3 minutes left to play in the second. Mundayne will not be the one to start with the football in the third quarter. Still staring down the barrel of the gun here. That's still just as much time. You can keep the offense firing on all cylinders, at least try to keep up pace. You continue to open up opportunities for your defense to get you back in this game. A rollout could be a potential lane for a scramble. Mundayne's able to find it. Forced out of bounds up at the 33. First scramble for Lamar Jackson. Certainly describe him as a glass cannon under center for this Ravens squad. Love him scrambling out from under center. Don't want him taking too much physicality. A hit stick is certainly liable to have Jackson coughing up the football. It's occurred numerous times for all sorts of players operating the squad throughout the regular season and the postseason. It's certainly something to watch out for. Don't want to see Mundayne leaning on the speed of Lamar Jackson. Instead, it's King Henry once more. Has some blockers to work with to flip the field for Post University now up at the opposing 32-yard line.
It's a gain of 35. First down, Ravens.
Mundayne wants to do his defense a favor here. If he can score on the right side of the 2-minute warning, he'll have all sorts of stoppages to extend these last 2 minutes of play. Wealth of adjustments under center may take us to the 2-minute warning pre-snap here. Should be the last play from scrimmage for Post University, and it's a sack on the quarterback. Clock is going to keep rolling. 2nd and 19 now for Post University. A sack on the quarterback going to throw Mundayne outside of field goal range. Certainly no room to settle for any sort of consolation prize. Not the time to settle for 3 now. Well outside of field goal range and down multiple scores. The hot route maestro continuing to orchestrate here pre-snap. Tries to thread the needle. The running back, Henry, not going to survive the contact. It's incomplete. Absolutely 4-down territory for Post University late in this one. Only 2 timeouts for Green Bay to work with and try to steal the ball back. But no secret where this football needs to go. This needs to be aired out in a hurry. Of course, the adjustments pre-snap needs this play to be perfect. At least get this offense back out on pace. Make it 4th and short, 4th and manageable. Or Post University dropping back to pass, and Mundayne happily going to take the first down a little bit more, up to the 12-yard line now. A sigh of relief, a bit more breathing room for Post University here. Mundayne now. King Henry in the backfield for him. Loves these pre-snap adjustments. We're not seeing too much motion on the user defender. Not quite reacting to anything Mundayne's throwing here. Not quite a screen pass. Mundayne staring down 3 defenders in his airspace. Gonna happily take the 2-yard loss. Could have been sent back much further that time on first. Packers defense continuing to throw fits at Mundayne. And this Baltimore Ravens offense has been struggling to get multiple completions, multiple yards gained on consecutive downs. Looks like just a 1-yard gain there. That's going to force the last set of timeouts out of Green Bay here. You're Mundayne, of course you want to put a touchdown on the board, but if you can settle for a field goal with about as close to zeros on the game clock as you can manage, not a terrible consolation prize here. Mundayne's going to need a first down. He wants to get us all the way to triple zeros on the game clock, however, and at that point, you might as well try for the touchdown. Bit of a catch-22 for Mundayne here on 3rd and long. Pre-snap motion for Bateman on the right side of the field. It's King Henry once more. The ball is popped into the air, and the Green Bay defense coming away with it. A tremendous breaking ball, and Columbia College comes away with the interception. Hit in the air. And Jordan Love and this Green Bay offense going to retake the field. Just a minute and no timeouts left to work with, but this is an offense that has no problem scoring with 1-play touchdowns here in this series. Mundayne going to dodge a bullet that time on first. Incompletion. Going to buy Mundayne a de facto timeout as well. One in the backfield. Golden once more on that left side this time. Just enough to move the chains as they toe tap out of bounds. Dropping back here on first. Nearly he takes a sack. Instead delivers the throw out of bounds. Mundayne still looking for his first win on the defensive side of the football. He'll happily take it here to close out the first half. But we see a big man over the top. It's Watson in the gap of the zones on the slant. A stop not going to be the call here. Not going to run into the end zone. As Columbia College not looking to leave any time for Mundayne to potentially score with triple zeros on the game clock. Might be shooting themselves in the foot here. They're under the 40-second pre-snap play clock now with about 30 seconds left to go in this one. I doubt we'll see them run the football here. They don't want to risk just letting the game clock run out here, not even give them a chance to score a field goal. Are going to have to snap the football. It's a run on 1st and 10. It is going to go nowhere. Going to have to move with the quickness if they want to come out with a field goal. No, instead operating in the hurry up. Should have one more play from scrimmage. Might be looking to deliver a quick touchdown or a quick interception. Wow, a touchdown at the very last moments here of the first half. A toe tap to Reed on that left sideline. And that route concept continues to throw fits for this post-university defense. Roughing the kicker going to be the call. Don't think they're really going to accept it. PAT good all the same. But Mundayne continuing to have a tough one here. Down 20 as we approach halftime. Certainly not impossible. You wonder if his day is due for some wins on the defensive side of the football. He's certainly going to need it Kick is out of bounds. He's going to need some magic on multiple sides of the ball here to have a shot late in this one. Flipping the running back in the backfield. No secret where this football needs to go on the last play from scrimmage. Mundayne going to do some damage with Lamar Jackson. Had a window there. Gets shut immediately, and that will be halftime. Mundayne staring down a 20-point deficit. That is a 3-score lead for Columbia College as we enter halftime here in this one. Columbia College is going to be the one to start with the football in the third quarter. Mundayne going to need more of that two-way prowess that's gotten him this far. It has not just been firing on all cylinders on the offensive side. He's able to operate and be a problem on multiple sides of the football. That's how he's been able to create these blowout victories, these early shutout wins. And the ball is retained by Mundayne. We mentioned it earlier. Longtime viewers are going to recognize just how rare an onside kick returned by the kicking team is. Mundayne able to pull it off here and keep the football for Post University. I thought it didn't go far enough. It does go the required 10 yards, and now Mundayne getting started out at the 43. The magic potentially coming from special teams. The jump start this second half for Post University. An 8-yard gain through the air, that time on first. This defense continuing to be just as much of a problem for Post University as ever. This time on second, it's Flowers on the right side of the field. Juke up the middle. Gets brought down at the 38. So rare special teams magic for Post University and some signs of life, some consistency on the offensive side. Have Mundayne up at the 38 here early in the third. Dropping back to pass. Finally has some time to deliver the throw, but nobody's open. All going to be forced out of bounds. Like the patience from Mundayne and, of course, the recognition of the impending sack that was staring him down there. Not quite ahead of the sticks now on 2nd and 10. Of course, you're not staring down any sort of absurd deficit there. Damage through the air. Ball popped loose out of Derrick Henry's hand and incomplete. Mundayne probably just feeling a miracle sigh of relief. The ball wasn't popped up for any shenanigans in the secondary. Instead, it'll be 3rd and 10 now for Post University. And Mundayne doing an excellent job there, recognizing where Columbia College are playing that user defense, forcing that defender to pick his poison either on the out route or that route over the middle. Mundayne able to recognize the gap for the first down and a nice run on 1st and 10 up to the 14. Mundayne entering the zone here in the second half. Ball out to Flowers. It's a gain of 0. This user defender from the middle linebacker spot. Columbia College continuing to be a problem for Post University. Feels like a lot of the sore spots for Mundayne on offense have been home cooking from Columbia College. The RPO thrown into multiple defenders and it's intercepted. Mundayne did not like the look as he snapped the football. He's going to wave the white flag. GG's for Mundayne. A weird semifinal matchup. No other way to describe it, ladies and gentlemen. An incredibly short best of 3. We're out here in just about an hour. Mundayne going to be moving on to the 3rd place game now. I believe we do know his opponents already. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to a quick BRB screen. The 3rd place game for Mundayne officially scheduled to take place later tonight at 10 p.m. I believe, at least on our side of the fence, we are looking for a reschedule because the best of 5 starting at 10 p.m. on the East Coast is absurd. His opponent in Southeastern University may feel the same. See if we can't bring an update to y'all on if this third place match will be occurring later tonight or not as soon as we've got it. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go away. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have not heard back from our third place matchup. It does seem it will be taking place at the top of the hour. We are going to take a brief break. We are going to cut the show. We will return with our third place matchup. Mundayne looking to etch his place into the podium with that third place game up against the SEU Fire Southeastern University at 10 p.m. When we return, ladies and gentlemen, we will see y'all then.